Play ball.
So it's not that. That's not what wins you the NBA Finals. It is the smallest edge that wins someone the NBA Finals. And because all these dumb talking heads never done it, they don't understand it. Even the one that has done it don't act like he's done it because he's an idiot and a moron and wasn't really that good of a player. And so I'm talking about Kendrick Perkins, by the way.
Oh, go ahead. Do your little intro.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the sports show that left you guys alone for a long time. I'm sorry. My name is Mo. It's Earth2 Sports. Earth2 Sports Talk. See, just because I haven't done this in a minute,
the show that left you for a long time, he means him. He means he's the one that abandoned you guys for the longest.
Can I finish? Can I finish the intro? Like, we're still doing the intro.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish your intro, dog.
It don't matter. He already cut me off. It's Earth2 Sports Talk with Weds and Mo. No, there's no need for that. There's no need for that. Let's just get into the show because we have a show today.
So, yes.
Wow, this guy. Yeah, okay, let's get into the show, man.
By we, I mean him, because he decided to, do things and then get back to it. We're gonna do it today. Oh yeah, let's do it next week for sure. I was setting up was this girl. So just so you as well, here we are, finals edition, finals us tonight. Let's go.
Why is this nigga dry snitching on me, man? Like, this is some snitching shit. This nigga just snitched. But yeah, the finals are tonight. We're supposed to do the show yesterday, so we're gonna do it today.
I'm glad I'm glad your camera muted for a while. And let's go with that.
Okay. All right then. All right. No problem. No, it's been a minute, and I'm glad back to do this again. It's gonna take 1 or 2 episodes for us to really fully get back in. But no, I think we started this show. What finals? It was during the last Boston finals. Last time they went to the finals, right? Damn, what's going on? Is it me? Am I the drama?
Yes.
All right, let's do this. Is this better?
I can still hear you. No lag. Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. So I guess I'll just not show my face.
It sounds like you have you have full Wi-Fi.
No, I really actually do, because this is it's free Wi-Fi. So
how to live your life.
Yeah, it's free Wi-Fi, so I'm not gonna complain about it, bro. So it's probably me.
You using free Wi-Fi?
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't want to say free. I think free Wi-Fi isn't describing it perfectly. It's the low speed Wi-Fi that the building offers. Okay.
Wow. So using free Wi-Fi.
No. Not free Wi-Fi doesn't properly describe it. So the building, my new building, is offering Wi-Fi to the residents as part of our, and it's it's part of our rent.
I know how it works, dude. I used to set up this Wi-Fi for buildings.
Yeah,
I know how it works.
So it's
I'm just
the
saying,
building.
you're using community Wi-Fi, and that's why yours doesn't work.
Actually, it's just low speed. They set up my router and everything is set up, so don't worry. It's just lower.
That's what I'm saying. When I say community, I don't mean
So the option was pay for it or the option was the option was pay for it or get it for free within your rent.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I'm Nigerian. Guess what option? I mean, you already know what option I took, given what's going on with the show right now. But no, the question I asked you was, we started this show the last time Boston, like the first episode was the last time Boston went to the finals, right?
Was it? Yes.
I believe that was like, and guess what? Like, full circle, we're back with Boston in the finals again. That's kind of crazy.
Yes, it is. Yes,
so,
it
like, what is it? 3? What was it? 3 years?
3 years now.
Wow.
2 years.
It almost feels. Yeah, it almost feels like an anniversary type shit, right?
But it
You
is.
know?
It's been 2 years, so
Right. That's kind of crazy. As most people don't last in something like this for that long. So let's just take.
yeah. And then some
I'll take.
people, is
Okay,
some people
okay. I was saying let's take the W because that's what we're doing. We're gonna take the W for that. But yeah, so we're back again with Boston in the finals. Clearly you can see who. I mean, it's clear to see who we're picking. It's right there. It's like I was gonna ask who you got, but there's no need to ask because it says it right there. In Luca we trust, and that's perfect because it's Tatum's turn for me. Like I mean, they're both what like it's Tatum's turn for me. And I think honestly, looking at both teams, and everyone keeps saying Boston had the easiest path to the finals. I am not one of those people that sits there and goes, "Oh, this is such an easy path to the finals," and you we play you play sports everyone says next man up type thing. You play the best players you have. Like there's because if say Indiana won, right, or
Mhm.
what would everybody be saying? Oh, they overcame and everything, but it would be such a story, right? But Boston wins and it's, oh well, they had an easy path to the finals. I think when what, I think I'm going off on a tangent right now. That's
You
not
are.
how I wanted to start. I wanted to start with saying who you got. And it's clear again, but who you got?
Okay. So, to start off, of course, I got Dallas. Um, because I've seen Dallas go against competition because for example, when Dallas lost their first game against the Clippers, I said,
Mhm.
and that was without Kawhi. I said, oh damn, they're in trouble because I was like, if they're losing without Kawhi, by the time he returns, if and when he returns, they're gonna be in trouble. They're gonna have no answer for the Clippers bench is so deep. Everybody in the squad could play. Even guys come off the bench, like I say come off the bench. From the starters all the way down to the bench. These guys were balling after they lost first game. I was wrong, and so yeah, that's how that went. And then sure enough, last round against Minnesota, I said, "Oh man, Minnesota's gonna be a headache for them." After Minnesota be the defending champs, they
Defending
gotta come out.
champs. I know.
They gotta come out guns blazing. It's gonna be a problem for them.
And they
They
took the
handled
first
them.
two. Yeah.
They handled them like light work. And then so far I've underestimated Dallas for quite some time, and I say it's because I didn't watch enough of their games throughout the season.
Right.
But also because like I look at the teams they were facing, I'm like, man, those teams are stacked. I don't know if they could figure it out, but somehow they've managed to figure it out every step of the way. So with that being said, on paper, Boston looks like the better team. Looks like
Right.
the more complete team because again, you look at Boston from top to bottom, from Drew, from the starting guys with Drew, Jalen, Jason, Horford, and if
Chris, stop.
if
Forget about
Porzingis
my
comes back,
guy. Yes,
if
he is. He's available for game one. Sorry.
Um,
Sorry. Sorry.
yeah, but
Sorry. Sorry.
Kristaps is
Sorry.
also fragile, and he's also fragile, and his calf don't last. So you know,
They said the same thing about AD, but whatever. He's a
okay,
champion.
question. Up until this season, has it not been true about both of them?
Well, AD
Until
played a
this
lot of
season,
games last season.
up
A
until
lot of,
this season, it was true
and
about both of them.
and once AD switched out his from wearing Kobe's to bronze, he started playing longer. I know, and nobody wants to believe that that's a thing, but you got to think about it. To me, Kobe's are made for guards. Like I don't mind like when guards wear them, but when you're a big man, 7 footer, you're posting and playing big. That's why, again, for a player like LeBron to have those shoes, I think it fits for his size and what he has to do. Soon as AD started wearing bronze, listen, bro, it's science. Go look it up. Go look it
The
up.
dumb things you say,
No,
bro, it
look
baffles
it
me
up.
sometimes.
Okay, okay,
It baffles me.
okay.
You know why?
80
You know
did
why it baffles me, bro?
go ahead, go ahead,
Because you
go ahead.
say it like like we're talking about one shoe versus another shoe. Each one of these motherfuckers got like 10, 12 shoes. Bron got 25 of them. You're like, oh yeah, we'll switch from this one to that one, bro. You know how many
Yes.
shoes Bron got? That's absolutely horrible for basketball in general.
The Bron 20s are not. The Bron 20s are not.
Okay. First of all,
Because AD started
bro,
wearing the Bron
hey,
20s and look at him.
hey,
He's played
hey,
full
hey,
seasons, bro.
hey.
Like, you know what?
Guess,
Let's get
hey,
back on track. Let's
hey,
get back on
guess
track.
who we're not talking about right now? AD or Bron. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, but I'm just
Anyway,
okay.
back
Let's
to
get
what I
back on
was
track.
saying.
Let's get back on track. Damn.
Back to what I was saying. Kristaps Porzingis, first of all, he's fragile. Okay, as fragile as people talk about AD. There are guys in the league who's far more fragile, and Kristaps is one of them. Because if you look at him, last time we seen a good Kristaps Porzingis was in Dallas.
I
He
thought
went
it
to
was in New
Washington.
York. I thought it was in New York.
I'm sorry, I meant New York. My bad.
Of course,
Because
you look how see how you disregard New York, bro. That's kind of messed up. That's
when
kind
he
of
was
messed
in New
up.
York, and he was good, how far did they go?
They never got this. They never
Exactly.
made it
Thank you.
past the
All
first
right.
round.
Thank you. So anyway, last time we seen a decent Kristaps Porzingis was in New York. By the time he went to Dallas, didn't do nothing, and then he went to Washington where he was forgotten about because nobody cares about what he did in Washington because it was a forgotten team. So Porzingis has had the luxury of playing, in Boston for this season, and he's had the luxury of not being a main option. He's been a third or fourth option on any given night because between Jason, Jaylen Brown, and even Drew on some nights, or when Derek White come off the
Derek
bench or
White,
Hawk.
right?
So it depends on who's having a day. So a lot of times they just haven't been as good as. But with Porzingis though, if he's healthy, I think Boston have a way better shot if he's able to play all the whole series. But if he's not, I think they're gonna have some trouble.
Okay.
Because what's gonna happen is they're gonna have nobody to guard anybody in the paint. And Dallas's bigs, they rebound well, they get offensive rebounds, and they play well, in that pick and roll with Luka and Kyrie. So I got Dallas. I'm hoping for a 6 or 7 game series, but I got Dallas in 6.
It's Tatum's turn for me, bro. Like I know it's again I was talking earlier about the path to the finals and what it took each team to get there. I think that's an unfair criticism on them. They got there. That's all that matters. It's like every team had the same opportunities to get there, but they got there. And if they didn't, it would have been a disaster. But I think it's Tatum's turn. You're not I think the best team or the team that to me gave Dallas the most problems wasn't the team I thought wasn't the Minnesota. Actually was if it was fucking not Josh Giddey's team. Help me out.
OKC?
OKC. And it's funny I'm saying OKC because I watched that series and OKC was playing. It was almost 5-on-4 at a
It's
time.
wild how you call it Josh Giddey's team as if he was in he
Yeah,
was
I
one of the
know,
main
I
players
know.
in that
That's
series.
that. I don't know why that was the name that just came to me, but no, it was almost like they played 5-on-4, and because they played 5-on-4, and it still went, where it went. I think that was the team that gave
What
them
do
the
you mean
most chance,
5-on-4, dog? Who you
bro.
eliminating from that team, bro?
Josh Giddey did not like he was bro. He had like what 8 points. Again, he was averaging 8 points the entire
What's your
playoffs.
point, dog?
They played.
Because
It was handicap.
okay. First of all, here's the thing with the nonsense you just said, right? You're talking about the fact that you're not going to mention that Boston had an easy path to the final. Meanwhile, everybody Boston faced was handicapped. Every single person they faced was handicapped.
Okay, we can say the same for them in the Western Conference Finals. The
No, you can't.
DPOY was pretty much non-existent. Like,
Well, you
and my
bro,
thing, and my
bro, you are
oh,
bro,
hold on, let me
you are
finish.
comparing a guy
I
that's
let
literally not there to a guy
yo,
that
I
just didn't
let
play
you,
well.
I let you get your point off,
I'll
bro.
wait. I'll wait.
Thank you. I let you get your point off. Ultimately, I have an issue with people that said Gobert was the main reason Dallas was able to get past them. I have a very big issue with that because I don't put that on Gobert. I put it on maybe their big two, or maybe their big one, not and the big one, the 7-footer, that guy, the other 7-footer.
Cat plays like a bum. If you look at the
Yes,
stats, when they play well, when they Cat play well, they win. When Cat play terrible, they
they
lose.
lose, and so I just put that loss on him. I am not I'm not like a path to the finals guy because you can if you want to you can Swiss cheese anybody's path to the finals. I just think they got there and they got there. So I want us to eliminate that argument for me. I want to eliminate that argument, and that's why I was doing what I was doing with Josh Giddey and DPOI. That's the only reason I did what I did is because I
Mm-hmm.
think it's an unfair argument. Again, handicap teams is handicap teams, but next man up is the way you look at it. In the game. But I think this is Jason Tatum's turn. I think this is one Jason Tatum's finals to lose, and this is it's Jason Tatum's turn. Reason I'm putting this more on Jason and not Jalen is because this team really, really goes as Jason will go. if Jason goes in this series, they have a better chance, as you said, than Kristaps going. Kristaps is an X factor, but the main factor for them in this series is Jason Tatum. And I believe, like, again, going back to the first time we did this show, we did it when they went to the finals the first time. And I heavily, all my criticism, I didn't care what Jaylen Brown did, but all my criticism was on one Jason Tatum. I think Jason Tatum has matured since then, and I think he's going to figure it out in these finals. And I think because he goes and because he goes well, Dallas is going to have a hard time doing this one. You know, they're big. You know, their backcourt backcourt of the Kyrie. No, their backcourt.
Kyrie and Luka. Okay.
Yeah, that backcourt to me will have more of an issue with Boston's backcourt or Boston's defense because Drew Holiday is not a slouch. Drew Holiday is not Marcus Smart because remember the last time they were here was Marcus Smart. Drew Holiday is not Marcus Smart. Drew Holiday's been here. Drew Holiday has won at this stage. I think that's another missing piece for them. You know, and then Derek White coming off or Al Horford. No, I think Al Horford comes off and Derek White starts. Derek White is a big X factor because if he can get it together, you know, while Jason and Jaylen are trying to find themselves, Derek White usually is the one that keeps them in games, and he's done that spectacularly. I think that team in that sense with Derek, with more so with Derek Drew, are the bigger pieces. And you said Kristaps was a fourth. I think he might just be the fifth if he goes, if he's able and healthy. I think Kristaps is an additional. Hold on. I think Kristaps, again, I'm talking about offense. I'm not talking about defense here. I'm talking about offense. I think Kristaps is icing on the cake if they can get those four going.
I don't think so because you know why? I don't think it's the case on offense because the problem is if Kristaps can't go or he can't be his best self, then here's something that Boston would be unable to do. They can't get Dallas's bigs out of the paint. Gafford and Lively. If Kristaps can't go, you cannot get. I mean, even if you're able to pull Horford out of the paint, Horford could get out of the paint and pull one of them. But if Kristaps can't go, that paint will be protected by at least one of them. And if the paint is protected by one of them, that means Jason and Jaylen won't have an easy path into the basket because don't forget, even PJ Washington, you know, is another one, you know, that could go from perimeter into the paint.
Right.
So with that being said, so if Kristaps can't go, then that lane is not as open as it would be, and it won't be as open for Jason, Jaylen, Drew, Derek, for anybody. And Derek has been a great offensive rebounder for Boston. Right. You know, so has Drew. But if those two big ones are in the paint, it won't be able to do that. So that's what I'm saying. When I say Kristaps is important, I don't mean just, you know, the points that he scored. I mean he's important for like he will be able to pull the bigs out of the
because he can hit threes, right? He's going to be able to pull schemes. He can pull the bigs out the paint.
Yeah,
and I think that's an important. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying, and for me, that's the part, that's the difference maker in the series. Because if you look at it, can both teams score? Absolutely, they can score. They can score in bunches. Okay, and I think the good thing is the fact that Boston have a great option of people to throw at Luka. They could throw Jaylen Brown at him to start. They could throw Jason Tatum at him, eventually, and so like they could throw Tatum at him, White, Drew. They have options of people they can throw at Luka, and while
thank you, Anthony.
And while what you call it,
hey, little Weds.
While Drew Holiday is no Marcus Smart. And because, like I said, he's been here before, and he's a solid like two-way guy. I think the thing with the fact that Drew Holiday will still have to sit there and deal with
Luka and Kyrie, and
he still has to deal with Kyrie, and Kyrie is a matchup nightmare no matter who it is.
Oh yeah, I mean, but I like this because none of them are saying no. I got Kyrie like that young guy, like he was.
Yeah, but dude, I hate the argument. I hate the thing that when people talk about that.
Because, no, I think it was funny. I don't hate it. I mean, what do you expect him to do?
I'm like, yo, he said that because I'm like, yo, like if you look at it, like mathematically speaking, with 5 people on the court, that's the only person he could have guarded.
Exactly. Like, what do you want? Like,
I'm like, when he said I got Kyrie, he didn't say, "Oh, I'm going to lock up Kyrie." He's saying,
he said, "I got Kyrie. That's my matchup." Yeah,
and he's gonna guard Luka. Luka's 6'7", 6'8", and outweigh him by like 40 pounds. He's not gonna
Yeah,
guard Luka.
I think people drag that. I think
Yo,
you know what?
yo,
Can we talk about the conference finals real quick? Let's just
yeah,
go back and
yeah,
forth.
yeah, yeah.
So
We
let's
can talk
do
about it, and we'll switch back onto this. But conference
right.
finals, let's
So
go.
conference finals. I want to just again, like I said earlier, I was talking about the Western Conference Finals, and my biggest headache and my biggest nightmare in the conference finals was fucking Cat. Like again, people want to say Gobert is like, oh my, Gobert does what Gobert
Gobert is
does.
highly overrated as a defensive player.
Hold on. Gobert sits like Gobert really sits in the paint. If we're being honest, Gobert is not the center that like a AD that will track your guard if your guard happens, if that happens to be a switch. Gobert is not that guy. Gobert is also not a limber. He's not a quick guy. But my problem on offense with that series was the fact that Kyle Anthony Towns decided that he was going to play a shooting guard, pretty much. And what pissed me off is you have PJ Washington on you, bro. It's like the biggest as a 7 foot guy who's over 200 pounds. I'm begging for that matchup. You want to know why? I'm bro. I'm not even. I'm never looking at the basket straight up. I'm backing you down every time I touch the ball. I don't understand for the life of me why you are 7 foot, 200 pounds, playing PJ Washington like you're bro, like you're Steph Curry or you're Clay Thompson. Bro, get in the paint.
Okay, the thing is,
It's you were saying mathematically, right? Bro,
mhm,
you play ball. That's your matchup. What are you doing?
I'm cooking him. I'm cooking him. I'm cooking him,
Bro,
bro.
you're going on your knees every day thanking God for that matchup. If you're not a Christian, you become a Christian because God, you gave me like that's neck bones.
Cooking him. Why? Because there's no way at
Raised
his size, his height,
oxtails.
his skill set, he should be guarded by PJ Washington.
Bro, you're
I
not
would
facing
make
him
it.
up ever.
I would make sure PJ Washington got is walking around with 3 fouls, but by the first quarter, he has 5 by the beginning of the third quarter. He's not guarding me, bro. Especially if I'm that size.
But Rudy is,
And,
and
and
that's the
also and
other
also
problem.
and
But
also
Rudy has
Rudy
never
can't
been
be
this
cooking himself because
offensive
Rudy is not
nightmare.
good.
He's
Go
not
ahead.
yet really a great defender. But he's never been the offense. Which that
First
series
off, first
again,
off, first
looking
off,
at
you
that
said
series on
Rudy's a
paper,
great defender.
I say he's never been. He's not even a great defender, but he's
Okay,
never like. But looking at that series on paper, they like after they figured it out against
Denver.
Denver. I was like, oh, it's because again, Rudy was. You know what's funny about that series is Rudy was. It looked like Rudy was switching Aaron 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 Gordon,
Yeah,
where Cat, the bigger guy, was playing the bigger center, and and they were both like switch because every time what's his name went off, it's because he was on Gobert, but every time he couldn't go off, it's because the bigger body of Cat was on him. I
yeah.
was like, they figured it out. They figured because this is what the Lakers did in 2020 against Denver is they had Dwight Howard and they had AD do that exact same thing. The bigger defender, the bigger player is on. Again, as good as the 3-time MVP is, he's not going to always bully his way past a defender that's
No,
equally as
because that
big as him.
requires a lot of work on his part.
Exactly. So they tired him out. And I was like, first of all, I think the Lakers series tired them out. And then they tired him out here and he was almost ineffective, but they were nice. He was still going off. Don't get me wrong. Honestly, I'm so disappointed because Kyle Anthony Towns has been in the league for 9 years, right?
Yes,
I've never been, and I've made excuses for him, but I've never been more disappointed in a player that should have more promise
I have.
at this point.
I have
And
Joel Embiid for the
this
last 5 years. The process didn't work.
But no, this took me out, and I was like, you know what? I don't. If Ant leaves the team, I will never blame him.
Yeah, but I mean, right now, Ant don't have to leave because right now, if they had to choose between him and Cat,
Oh,
they're
that
choosing
Cat's
him.
gone. Yeah,
So,
Cat's gone.
which means Ant don't have to leave, bro. That's his team now.
Right.
So,
Like he's 22, bro. That's the biggest, craziest thing. Is this nigga's 22? It shouldn't be his team right now. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah, no,
It
I agree.
should. It should be the guy who's been there for 9 years. That's your team, bro.
But also, here's the thing, right? I was having this conversation. Although I was having the conversation about Embiid, I was saying like, yo, there are certain guys that the reason why because you know me, bro, I hate analytics.
Yes.
The reason why I hate analytics is not because it doesn't like give you a valid point. You can't use it to make certain arguments. Is the fact that analytics lie so much, and the biggest guys that prove that analytics lie is Joel Embiid and James Harden.
Mm-hmm.
And Joel Embiid is proof that the analytics are biggest bunch of lies, because analytics will tell you that he's a top two guy in the league, especially this season. But the problem is when the game is on the line. When the crowd is screaming, the game is on the line. The lights are on. The pressure's on. Like I don't trust Embiid to like hand him the ball, be like, "I go get me a victory." I don't trust that in him. But guess what? If we're down to the last play, I need a guy to get me a bucket. I will give it to Luka any day. I'll give it to Joker any day. I give it to Braun any day. So it's like, yo, there's certain guys I just can't trust. Embiid is one of those guys.
You said Braun at 39, 40 over Embiid, who was what, like 30?
Bro, the point is some guys have it, some guys don't. Because guess what? Okay, so even if we take away Braun, if you tell me right now, give the ball to Ant-Man or Embiid, I'm giving it to Ant-Man.
Yeah, but Ant is 22 versus Embiid. I'm
trying to show you that the gap
some guys have
choose over Embiid.
That don't have it. Yeah.
I'm saying the people choose over Embiid, they could be 22 or 42, bro. That's how it is.
It's insane. I'm just saying Embiid is also disappointing.
I just don't trust.
Embiid is also disappointing.
I think Cat is one of those guys where I'm like, yo, I don't trust Cat, because dude, if there's 30 seconds on the clock and we're up 4 or we up 3 and Cat is the one that is the one with the ball, I don't trust it. I trust Jimmy Butler, Anthony. I trust.
I know. And the thing is, Jimmy can't shoot like that for real.
I don't need him to shoot.
He will figure it out. He will figure out a way.
There are certain guys that have that dog in them.
Yeah, where he's not a great shooter, he could take the last shot, and just because he got the dog in him, he makes it. Yeah, I get you.
So that's what I'm saying. That's what for me. I'm like, it's cool. I don't need him to be like the best shooter. I just need a guy who be like, you know what? I'm going to get this done.
Right. It's frustrating to watch Towns.
Yeah.
It's just really frustrating. And I think this year and this series was the most frustrating for me. And I don't trust him anymore. And that's whatever. I don't care if anybody thinks it's great, but it's sad.
And let's go back to. And the problem is, bro, I'm like, yo, I look at the team, I'm like, yo, that they should have figured it out. That should have been it. Because once you get past Denver, you should have figured it out, though.
It was in my mind. It was easy pickings, and I don't ever want to say it's easy pickings for basketball, right? Because
but at the same time, though, when you take down Goliath, bro,
the matchups were there. That's what I'm saying. It's easy. The matchups were there. All Cat had to do was Cat should have never been facing the basket, bro. Back to back.
I think it was game 5. I think it was game 5 where Cat went like 1 for 0 for 9 from threes.
What?
0 for 9 from threes. Or
either 0 for 9, either 0
for 9 or 1 for 9 or 0 for 8, whatever it was. I'm like,
let's do Eastern Conference Finals, and then let's do.
Why are you shooting so many damn threes, dog?
Bro, it's fine, man. Let's do Eastern Conference Finals, and then let's pick
Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, dude, first of all, Indiana making it to the Eastern Conference Finals
was insane.
It was because again they went against Milwaukee in the first, and Milwaukee didn't have Giannis,
right?
And in Middleton, they didn't have Middleton for 1 or 2 games as well,
right?
So it's
then
like, all right, cool.
Dame was out for the last 2 games. Yeah, Dame was out for the last 2 games, and so they kind of they got there, but then
they got there, and then they went against the Knicks, who give them a hell of a matchup.
I'm not gonna lie, I think that was my favorite matchup of the entire playoffs.
First off, bro, I'm gonna tell you now.
You go ahead. Tell everybody that you was about to go watch a Knicks game in person. Tell everybody right now.
First off, I did go watch a Knicks game in person. Okay, I'm gonna get to some of those games, Anthony, because I'm gonna get to that. But dude, I went to one of the Knicks games at the Garden. I went to one of the Knicks game at the Garden, bro. When I tell you, I've lived in New York 25 years, and I've been waiting for the longest to go to a Knicks playoff game. But they made the playoff one time in the 2010s, and I couldn't afford the tickets then. And when I first got here, like in the 2000, yeah, definitely. That's the last time they made the playoff, and then before the 2010s when they had Melo and Omari, and I couldn't afford the tickets. But I went to one game at the Garden. It was beautiful, and it was the game where where freaking Philadelphia was up by 5 with like 30 seconds left on the clock, and Knicks still won that game.
Right.
Beautiful. That's one.
I know that
But
game. That was
I'm
fire.
so glad. I'm so glad I did not pay for that game 7 at the Garden. I looked at my boy and I was talking. We saw them ticket prices. It was like, whew, the prices were hefty. But I'm so glad I
You
didn't
would
pay
have been
for it
mad,
because
bro. You
if I
would have
had,
been mad.
what'd you say?
I said you would have been mad, bro.
Mad might be an understatement. The anger I would feel, I don't think I could say what I would do on camera, on a recorded show.
Yeah, please don't.
So, yeah, but okay. So, with that being said, they went against the Knicks, who was also handicapped because they didn't have Randall, they didn't have
Right.
OG for like the last 2 games, I think,
Yeah, yeah.
or two. They had two for 2 of the
Yeah,
games,
yeah.
and then the game when he came back, he was an absolute
Ineffective.
yeah, he was handicapped because you could see he couldn't even move.
And I think
So
Josh Hart got hurt at some point, and
yeah,
then
so
I think
they
the
were against
last
a
game they
handicapped Knicks
lost
team as well. And
Jalen
then
Brunson.
by the time they got to Boston though, but the first 2 games, game one, I feel like they gave Boston that game because they
Oh,
called
1000%.
they gave Boston that game because on the last play when Indiana was up 3, I think, and then on an inbound play to on an inbound play
The
to Indiana,
dumbest
Jalen
thing ever,
Brown,
bro.
hmm?
The dumbest thing ever. I was annoyed. I
Dude,
was absolutely annoyed.
first off, that was a terrible play for one on Indiana's part, but also Jalen Brown got away with a push on that one.
It's the playoffs, bro.
He got
Everybody
away. He got
plays.
away with a push that should have been a foul, and they didn't call that one. And so he ended up getting a 3 in the corner, to tie the game. I was like, that was absolute bullshit. But like they gave Boston the game 1, and it was like fine. Game 2, Boston, Indiana also could have won. So I feel like they gave Boston one of those 2 games, if not both of them. But after that, Boston was like, you know what? Let's stop playing
Yeah,
with our
Boston.
food.
Yeah, Boston stopped playing with their food and they
Like,
won
let's
it.
stop playing with our
And it
food
was
and just
legit.
end this. And but yeah, the Pacers. I mean, they were never gonna win without Halliburton. They were never
Yeah,
gonna win with him.
yeah.
And also,
Even though I kind
somebody.
of think Hallie is not him, but
I mean, what you call it? When you say not him, what do you mean by that? Are we saying he's not him? Like in terms of like he's not a Luka type of guy because
he's not the guy, bro. I don't think Hallie is the guy.
the guy in what?
At least not yet, bro.
A scammer living in New York. Not surprised.
Oh man. At least not. I don't know. I don't think he's the guy yet. He might.
Again, I'm saying, what do you mean? Like, like
He's not him, bro. He's not him.
okay, you know what?
He's nice, but I don't think he's
no.
him.
Okay, I'll agree. He's not him. But if you look at it, if you look around the NBA, dog, there's not a whole lot of guys that's actually him.
Because didn't they have Orlando? Did they have Orlando? Who had Orlando?
Cleveland had Orlando.
Oh, never mind. Because Paulo
Paulo Banchero.
He that's all I'm gonna say is he
might be him.
He might be a problem. I saw development for the first time. I was like, yo.
But what's crazy though? I look at him and I look at him. I'm like, dude, like you look like you low key can be like mellow type, but we actually play defense.
Right. That's the thing. Like if he give him like maybe one more year and get some solid players, he might be. This is my Hallie problem right here, bro. This is your team. Take over. He doesn't have a takeover gene to me, bro. That's just what it is.
Yeah, he doesn't. But but then again, you know what?
But you're right. It's not a lot of guys.
There's a lot of guys who don't have that takeover gene. And by by a lot of guys, I mean your guy that you say it's his turn. I don't think he has one of those takeover genes either.
Oh man! All right, let's go ahead and pick the finals game today. So game 1 is tonight. Who you got?
Game 1 is tonight in Boston.
Yeah.
Um,
Kyrie coming back to Boston for the finals. After he did what he did, it's gonna be fun.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So with that being said, I got Dallas tonight, dog.
Oh
think,
yeah,
I think Dallas took Game 1 to set the tone and let them know that I'm not here to play with you.
You're insane. By the way, is this a daily show that we're doing for the finals?
Yes.
Okay, bet. Say less.
Before every game. We do it before every game.
Oh yeah, okay, before every game then. All right, bet. No. Oh no. Boston is not taking the L at home. Kristaps is going tonight. I think Boston wins this by 5.
Boston by 5?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
All right.
I got Dallas taking this one because I think they're gonna come out, set the pace, and Luka is gonna let them know that you don't have where the bandwagons like OKC over OKC. OKC is not overrated. They're young.
They were playing super handicap, bro. Not injured handicap.
And also, you look at it. Chet Holmgren weighs 180 pounds, dude.
Bro,
he can't got nobody in the paint, dog.
He couldn't. It was so funny, but you know what? I will say Shea Gilgeous is him.
Yeah.
He's
him. Okay. So you know something crazy though. Like
you don't think so?
I was saying before the playoffs start, I'm like, I wish the Lakers had like lost the first play-in game and win the second one so that they can go against OKC instead of Denver. Because if they go against OKC, I think they win that matchup. Because AD would have absolutely cooked Chet in the paint. And I don't think they have an answer for Bron.
Oh yeah.
So I think Lakers should have gone for that matchup instead of Denver. But I'm like, dude, you cannot beat Denver. Denver beat you 9 out of the last 10 times you played them,
bro. And every game that they lost to Denver, they were leading at least by 10.
Yes.
And the first game, or it was game 2 where they lost with the last second shot, and
game 2
it was, and then game 5 where they lost with another. I was sick, like the way, bro. Like I don't hate that Darvin Ham, but like, bro, your team is dropping points, and you have your hands in your. Call a fucking timeout, bro. Call a fucking timeout.
Darvin Ham is not like
Bron. Call a fucking timeout, bro. Like somebody do like. Stop the fucking. Oh god. But yeah, Boston by 5, bro. I don't know, but Shea Gilgeous is him. That's my him player. That's my young him right now.
My him player is still Ant-Man. He's him.
Yeah. All right. But
that's on your favorite player.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be texting you tonight though, so I can rub it in your face when.
Chances are you're gonna fall asleep like you usually do.
All right, why you gotta be putting my business? You know what? That's the end of the show, guys. Thank you for coming. Wetson ruined it for you because I was about to go for another 30-minute second. I'm playing, but no, ain't nothing else to talk about, right?
Since we're gonna do this for every game, we got time to introduce some other things because right now, one of us gotta go and it's him. It's Mo. He told me he had to go. He couldn't stick around. So
wow, just putting my shit out there. All right, y'all. Thank you very much for coming out. We'll definitely, Anthony. You see us again in what, 2 days?
Yes, 2 days.
Yeah, you see us again in 2 days. All right, peace.
Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. LeBron James with the rejection. Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good! Kyrie Irving from downtown! And the Cavaliers by 3. Cleveland's long sports nightmare has ended. The drought is over.
I pour my heart, my blood, my sweat, my tears to this game, and Cleveland! This is for you!